Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica and this is the Big Kid Monica YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be taking you through a get ready with me and showing you how I get this everyday fresh faced look that I've done. So super easy, super quick, minimal products, easy to follow along, and I hope you enjoy it. But before I start, I'm just going to make sure that you all subscribe to my channel. Don't want you missing out on any of the videos that I upload. So I upload at least once a week, but most weeks I upload twice. So twice as much content. Very, very fun. So hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. Subscribe, like, and without further ado, we're going to get started. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use foundation because I want to keep this look quite fresh faced and not caked on with makeup, and it's also 44 degrees here today in Perth, so I want to wear something a little bit lighter. So first I'm going to start off with my concealer. I use two different types for different things. So I use the Nars, what's the name of it again? The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I use color light 1 Chantilly, so it's this one here. And I use this one under my eyes, and I also use it on any areas like this, which is like a dark spot, or to cover up any pimples or anything like that. But I also use the Jeffree Star Magic Concealer in the color Pale Yellow. The yellow actually helps to contrast any red. So I use this all over my nose because I get a lot of redness. I also use it on any spots like this, here and here, which are quite red, my chin, and then sometimes a little bit on my forehead as well. So the combination for me works really well. So first of all, I just sort of draw it on like this, and that, same on both sides. And then for my concealer, I just use my finger to actually blend it out because I find it's the most effective and it actually gets in quite deep to where I need it. I'm actually going to get a mirror because I forgot to grab one, so I will be back. So I'm back using my favorite Trixie Cosmetics mirror. It's so cute, just the perfect little mirror. So that's what I'm doing, just blending in. And as you can see so far, if you compare the two sides, this side already looks more radiant. So I've just blended it out and that sort of thing. So I use it sort of like a all over foundation, but in a more light way. So I do the same on my other eye. I didn't actually put on as much. I'm just going to put a little bit more in. And then do exactly the same as what I did on the other eye. Blending it out all over my face. As you can see, like the name of the concealer, it is very radiant and it's very creamy. So I've done that, so that's my under eyes done. And I'm going to put a little bit here on my liver spot. I've had this looked at by the doctor, so it's all good. It's nothing to be worried about. It's purely just a discoloration on my skin. So eventually I'm going to get some light therapy on it to try and move it down a little bit. Because as I'm quite pale, it's actually very noticeable. And I'm not self-conscious about it or anything. It just will save me time in the morning, not have to put foundation on it. So that's just my choice. So now I'm going in with the Jeffree Star, the Pale Yellow Concealer, and I'm putting quite a bit on my nose. As the day goes on, my nose is one area that actually gets quite red. Wearing masks at the moment has been great because I just have to cover it up, and all I do in the mornings now is a bit of concealer under my eyes and then my eyeshadow, and then I'm good to go. So in a way, the masks have been a blessing in that way, I guess. So I'll put a bit under my nose here too, sort of all around any areas that I can foresee them getting quite red. In these spots here. And then I've got a few on this side too. These have all popped up from wearing masks, which is super annoying, but usually it's all covered up and you don't see it. And now you can see in comparison how red my chin is. compared to the rest of my face. So there we go. That's actually changed it a lot. I'm just going to go back in with the Nars Concealer and put a tiny bit on my forehead because it looks a bit unbalanced now with how much I've used on the rest of my face. So I don't want it to look very weird. So I'll just quickly put a little bit here. But as you can see, it's kind of the way and the areas I would put foundation over the top usually. But because I want to keep it a bit more lighter, I'm just going to stop with my base right here, which for average day out, that is absolutely fine. So next I'm going to go in with highlighter, and I use highlighter pretty much every day. Even when I'm wearing a mask, I put it on my cheeks and just to brighten up my face. So this one here is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfection Press, and it's in the color Moonstone. So back in the day, everyone had these in champagne pop. I never could get it because it was actually out of stock. So I was able to get this color, and as you can see, it's very, very well loved, but it's just one of the best ones. Then I'm going in with the Real Techniques brush. This is the contour brush, just sweeping it around and then going to pat it on just here, and it just adds that little bit of shimmer to my face. Do the same on both sides. I do quite liberally here. And then what I do is I put a bit here, which I've shown before in other videos. This is my classic go-to. It's exactly all the places where the light would hit my face. And then I recently learnt to do it here as well, because that helps to make your face a bit more, yeah, as you can see, it's catching the light. Here, on my Cupid's bow. Then I'm just going to add a little bit more to the high points of my cheeks, and then sometimes I do this as well, so a little bit around. So very, very shimmery and glowy. So the next step in my routine is my eyebrows. So I'm wanting to get my eyebrows laminated. That's something that's on my list, but for now I just use an eyebrow gel. And so the one I've been using is the Sephora Clear Brow Gel. It just looks like that, and then the brush is actually quite small, so you can get right into where you need it. So what I do is I brush mine directly up first so that I could try and coat all of the hairs. So I do it like that, and then I go back in and I try and make some sort of shape with them. So mine are actually a bit sparse in this area here. So when I get them laminated, I'm hoping that they might be able to tint them or fill them in a little bit. They're actually fine, but it's just one of those things, I guess, that we all have. Our eyebrows are not perfect naturally, unfortunately. So as you can see the difference between this one and this one, it really opens up my eye quite a lot. So I'm just going to dip back into the gel and now do my other eye. I really like the look of the laminated brow because I just feel like it's quite fresh and open, and it would save lots of time not having to actually style my brows every day. So I have a few different brow products that I use at the moment. They're mostly gels. I have this one, and then I have a Mecca one. The Mecca one has a bigger brush, and I find that's quite good, and it's very easy if you want to go really quick in the morning. You just have to brush it on a little bit and you're done. But I do like the Sephora one because of that really tiny brush, like I said before. But because I've been really enjoying doing my eyebrows like this, I think I might invest in one that's a little bit higher quality and on a higher price range, and then see if it makes any difference or if it's any better. But honestly, I've had no problems with this product, so highly recommend it. If you're in Sephora, try this brow gel. It's changed my makeup game significantly. So now I'm up to eyes, so I'm just going to use a tiny little bit. No, I won't. I was going to prime my eyes, but I think I'm just going to go on natural and see how we go. So when I want to do a really natural look on my face, I use the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. I've had this for yonkers, probably, I think I got it 2015 Christmas, so I should really throw it away and get a new one, but it's so well loved. Looks like this here. As you can see, I've really dipped into that pan, but it's just got really nice basic colors, very nice neutrals, and for me these are ones that I use when I need to. So we're gonna use this one today. So for the eye crease, I'm going to go in with this color here. It's called, oh, it's rubbed off a little bit. I actually can't read that. It's called Nooner, Nooner, and it's a really light brown shade. So I'm just going to pat in with this Morphe and Ariel collaboration brush. It's really fluffy and nice. So I use this one in my crease to really blend things out. I think I've said in a video before, I had no idea that these brushes were coming out, and I love them. I'm obsessed. I want to get the face brushes with this set as well, but they're always sold out, and actually I don't know if they do make them anymore because I think it was a limited edition thing. But it just feels so soft going on my eyes. Some brushes really are harsh, and when you're putting eyeshadow on to delicate areas like your crease, it feels like you're really pulling the skin, which is not good for your eyes at all, and for longevity of your eye skin health. So soft brushes like these are definitely the way to go. So as you can see, that's just really gone in my crease to just add a little bit of dimension to it. Sometimes if I'm going out, I'll use a more darker shade in the crease, but because I just want sort of a nice everyday thing, a light brown works perfectly. So now I use this Becca brush, and it's the Smudge Shadow. So what I'm going to do is use this to put eyeshadow in the outer corner of my eye and smudge it into that crease shade. So I'm going in with one that's slightly a little bit darker. So I'll probably use this one here. It's called, it's so annoying that these have all rubbed off. They're so, how they're so long. Factor, I think, or Factory. This one here. So it's like a brown shimmer on the darker side, but not too dark that it would be jarring, better for stage. Yeah, these eyeshadows actually I use as well for when I'm on stage or dancing, because they've got lots of different browns, and I love doing browns on my eyes for performing. I think it's just works so perfectly, and they're so easy to blend out. So I've just patted it onto the outer corner and then using this brush to work it into my crease, adding a little bit more dimension to that colour, but keeping it really nice and natural. On camera it looks a bit more unnatural, but in real life it's very subtle. So I'm not going too far out because I don't want to make it a thing. So just like that is more than enough. And I'm going to do the same to the other eye as well. Just patting that little bit on. If you're looking for a very nice smudging brush, this one from Becca is very nice and very well priced. I think it was like between $9 and $13, which is so reasonable for brushes. And it just always works perfectly. It's one that I reach for a lot now in my makeup routine because I love it so much. So now that these are even, what I'm going to do is dip in again to that same colour, Factor, and put it under my eye here on my lower lash line and smudge it up to meet the colour on my outer corner like that. So it's just like eyelining your eyes, but not with that really black eyeliner, just with something a bit more subtle, a bit more natural. So as you can see, it's really opened up my eyes and brought out the eye colour quite a lot, and it's just so far 2 shades. So I'm just going to use one more shade, and I'm going to use this Morphe and Jeffree Star brush. It's just a flat brush here for shadow, and I'm going to dip into that colour that you can see that I use very, very often. I think it's called Trick, this one here, and it's like a goldy, pinky, browny colour. It's just a really nice mix, and it goes on beautifully. So I'll just pat that over my whole eye. The whole lid can have some of the colour Trick on it. And I just blend that in and blend it towards the outer corner so the colours just mix together quite well. And then I make sure to use it on the inner corner, blend it all the way through. And then I'll go under my lower lash a little bit here in the inner corner, like that. do the same on the other eye. So just using it, it just comes out really light, but it just gives your lid that little bit of shimmer and shadow that you would need. So they're both even. Now the final stage with my eyes is mascara. So really lately I've been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Mascara. I've only got the tiny one now, but I'm going to get the bigger size because the brush is just perfect. It's nice and big and fluffy, and it's got lots of bristles on it, so it coats the eyes really, really well. And it's not just lengthening, but it's also volumizing, so it makes your lashes look thick and long, which is the perfect combination, literally. And you don't need much to go a long way. So just dipped in once and went like that, and you can see the difference between the two eyes. It's quite significant. And then I've just put the tiniest bit on my lower lashes as well. Now I'm going to dip back in and do the other eye. Easy. So easy. Done. And the very last step today for my fresh face look is lipstick. So I tried to pick a color that was quite plain and quite nude because I didn't want to draw attention to either my eyes or my lips. So I went with this MAC lipstick here. The color is Blankety, and it's a nude, a really light nude with a pinky undertone like that. So I'm going to put that on now. And because it has that pink undertone, it blends into my natural lip color. It makes it look like I've just got a little pop of something extra, nothing too hectic. So that's it. That's the completed look. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you liked looking at my routine and what I do to make a natural fresh look. It didn't take long at all, super quick, super easy and fun to do. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and leave a comment if you can as well. I love reading everything that you guys have to say and commenting back and interacting with you all. So if you like any of these products or you use any of these products, comment below, or even comment below what is your go-to products for your everyday makeup routine and what you always reach for, because I'd love to hear how you do your makeup too. But I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye!